Oh, yeah, we live. It's Apocalypse Tips with Lester Pipps. That's, wait for it, the show you're watching. Where'd it go? There it is. Whoa, 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 whoa. We're about to do it. We got such a great show tonight. I am going to be talking to, way later in the show, a Countess. Countess Priscilla Boyage. I can't wait to talk to her, find out what her whole deal is. Obviously, as a person who's going to be on the show, she got on my email list about how to survive apocalypses, which is what we talk about. Probably should have said that before who's coming up, but that, hey, sometimes you get that order backwards. Then before that, we're going to be talking to a fan favorite who was on the first episode of this very show, another episode sometime in the middle of the past year, and now is back, Jason Ottier, pop star extraordinaire. We're going to hear from Jason, can hear a little music, I think. Very excited about that. Before all that, we're going to talk to Misty Grainger, the mom from a football movie, which I'm stoked to find out what that's all about. But listen, before we can get into all that, we got to get into the intro music. So let me play that for you. Here we go.
Apocalypse Tips with Lester Pipps is the show that you're currently watching. About to start with his amazing
I clicked it, so it should be on. Now, clearly it hasn't started yet. I guess I vamp and keep clicking it. I don't know. That's strange. Here, maybe this one will work. I don't know, folks. Technical difficulties. Look, you know, the thing about an intro song is you don't necessarily need it was working.
About to start with his amazing guest, and they gonna tell you how to survive out in the apocalypse. This way you won't be dead if anything was to attack humanity and try to end it. So now you gotta show up with your ears and your eyes and watch the show. It's Apocalypse Tips with Lester Pipps.
Okay, I think I might be on a delay or something. I thought it wasn't working, but it turns out it was working, which is crazy. I hope you just heard the end of the song and I didn't just like stare into space for no reason for a while. Oh, Brother Wags is here. Welcome. Does Lester have any plans for his upcoming 50th show? 50? I sure do. You know, that's crazy that you asked because the 50th show is going to be a party. I just found out that it's not only 50 shows, it's a 1-year anniversary, which is crazy. Now Brother Wag says also that we hear it, you dummy. Oh, thanks, man. Sometimes you got to be called when you're being dumb, and this is a time where I was being dumb and I got called out for it, and I appreciate it. Brother Wags, you're a good friend. Brother Wags also says we hear it, which, okay, I think I'm catching up on what's happening. It's playing right now and it's not good, he says. Oh, well, listen, I don't think Dr. Ron Rabenek would really appreciate that. Google him. He's really the brother of Dr. John. But you know what? Look, if it's not that good, why don't you make one for me, Brother Wags? Why don't you make a new one for me? That'd be great. I honestly, for my 50th show, that's what I want. That's what I want for my birthday. I was born 50 shows ago. I'm 50 shows old. Look, we're going to get into what day it is because everybody who's watching a show wants to know what day it is. And today is March 11th, 2021, which is, of course, National Funeral Director and Mortician Recognition Day. Everybody knows that. That's a real holiday. That is what today is. And of course, you at home celebrate it your way, which is great. But in Louisiana, we celebrate it a little different. In New Orleans, on National Funeral Director and Mortician Recognition Day, Drew Brees goes to a random graveyard and sings When the Saints Go Marching In. And everybody tries to figure out what graveyard it's going to be. So they're like, people are running from graveyard to graveyard being like, Drew Brees. And then usually it's like somebody's funeral, which is unfortunate. In Baton Rouge, Ted from the funeral home is allowed to go home to sleep in a bed instead of a coffin, which is like such a good perk for him. He loves this day. And then like statewide, nobody is allowed to die. So that's what's going on in Louisiana today, which is real exciting. Oh, we got Adam R. Mack in the chat. Welcome to the show. I'll make a song for you. Oh, that'd be great, Adam. Appreciate it. Kate Morgan's Ghost says, shout out to Dark Matters. Okay. What's up, Kate Morgan's Ghost? Nice to see you. I believe you are the ex-girlfriend of my publicist in the world of the Fever show, which is cool. So welcome to this show. Nice to see you. What else is important? Look, we're going to get to these guests, but you probably don't know who I am because I had never said it at any point. I mean, my name is everywhere, right? I'm not only greedy, as Brother Wag says, but I'm also a little bit narcissistic. My name is everywhere. I'm going to actually take that down. But what I'm saying is who I am. I haven't told you. And I am the world's first and foremost, most renowned doomsday prep lecturer at Louisiana State University, uncredited. And when I say uncredited, what I mean is I go there and I talk about doomsdays, but they don't necessarily consider me to be a professional teacher or nothing. And what I've been doing all of these days with all the COVID's up in the air, so I can't go to school and yell at people about how they're going to die, is I get on this stream and I talk to folks who've seen my speeches and got on my email list to find out more about how they're going to survive. And I tell y'all how to survive, which personally I think is a great service that I'm doing for you. And I hope you're appreciating it and enjoying it. So we are going to talk to those guests a little bit later, but I do have some writing questions. I get writing questions out all week long. I get so many, I never have to make any up. And these ones all are very interesting. The first one here comes from Digboy 2020. And Digboy 2020 wants to know, what is the best way to make a homemade spade? Ooh, this is a great question. Okay, so when he's referring to a spade, I assume he's talking about a digging shovel, which I think is what a spade is. So what I would do is take a big tree, right? And then take a branch off of it, right? And then like flatten part of it, okay? And then kind of add metal on it. And then you have a spade. That's based on that one time I watched somebody play Animal Crossing. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. You take branches and rocks, make a spade. Okay. Oh, this one's also from Digboy 2020. That's interesting. He says, "Where should I dig?" I mean, probably wherever you are. If you're trying to get down into the ground, you got to dig there. I'm not sure exactly what your goals are, Digboy 2020, but if you are trying to dig a hole exactly where you're standing, that's where you should dig, in my opinion. It wouldn't help you to dig elsewhere if where you're trying to be is where you're standing. And I hope that helps. Okay, this third one is also from Digboy 2020. I guess a slow week for folks writing in questions. It's all from Digboy 2020. He says, "For context, I'm trying to dig up buried treasure. Got some?" I see. Okay. No, I get it now. Digboy 2020. I don't bury my treasure. I live underground. So like everything's with me. It's not like buried, but it's like with me, So if you were to dig into the ground where I am, which of course is outside Melbourne, Australia now, because I got Australian wedding tonight. We don't have to go over the whole backstory of the show in one little bit of the beginning, but like, yeah, I'm in Australia now. So that's what's important. You can't get in here. That's the truth. Now we got questions in the chat. Brother Wags says, "These are tips." Yeah, that's advice. I told you how to build a shovel. Brother Wags, listen, if you want to do a show where you give apocalypse tips, then why don't you? I don't know why I'm being so antagonistic towards you, Brother Wags. Thanks for being here, man. He also says, tear branches, flatten them, and with rocks make a spade. Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. Exactly, Brother Wags. You got it. You got it. Man, I'm so glad we're on the same page today, Brother Wags, and neither of us is being mean to the other for no reason. That's great. Okay, listen, I did that thing where I talk real fast about some things I wrote down. But now we're going to do that part where I talk a lot slower and interview some guests. So let's do that. I'm so excited about this. My guests are so great. More questions from Wags, though, real quick. Are you developing an Australian accent? Only when I say Melbourne. And he says, same page. Yeah. And Stab Comedy says, I don't know what that is, so I'm not going to comment on it further. Listen, it's time to get to the guests. I'm so excited about this. I already told you. Way later, we're going to be talking to a Countess, Priscilla bon Voyage, which I think that was an Australian accent too. Before that, we're going to talk to Jason Ottier, pop star. Great to have him back. But right now, we're going to talk to a mom from a football movie, Misty Grainger. Misty, thank you so much for being here. Welcome to the show.
ROWDIE, that's the way we spell rowdy, rowdy. Rowdy, roll on Trojans. God, I say that thing in my sleep. Hi, Lester. Wow, oh, you're adorable. Oh.
Now, don't be my oldest son. Where I get married. I can't get married 3 shows in a row. Okay, don't propose marriage to me right now. I don't want that.
Oh, I didn't mean to overstep any boundaries. I am a happily married mother of 5, married to the coach of my dreams, Guy Grainger.
Oh, that's so exciting. Mm-hmm. I'm so happy for you. You got the guy of your dreams, and he's a football coach?
Well, yes. So Coach Guy Grainger, he's my husband. I call him Coach. And he coaches the Hershey Trojans football team, as you can see by my spirit wear. Yeah, we are married. We coach the Grainger gang together at home. We've got Chenoweth, we've got Cadence, we've got King Charles Spaniel, Charles Andrew, and my youngest Jackson. It's Jackson with a CH.
Wow, that's a prolific childbearing. Good job.
Thank you so much.
Now, so I imagine the football season was a little bit different this year with all them COVIDs up in the air, trying to go into people's football jerseys and get into the football.
Lester, thank you so much for asking, because honestly, my heart just breaks for all those boys. Our boys on the team, they're like my kids in real life. I'm like a mama bear. I just want to gather up all my cubs and just give them a big old squeeze. And now I can't do that these days, because of the COVID,
right.
6 feet apart. But my heart just aches. And I mean, between the boys, between the moms on the team, we can't do the chili cookout. And between, just trying to make sure that my husband, he feels good. He feels cared for every day. I'm praying every night. But that man, I'm telling you, he's got a target on his back and a halo on his head and cleats on his feet. Mm-hmm.
That sounds, other than the cleats, it sounds exactly like Jesus.
Well, I mean, he is a decent man. And speaking of Jesus, Lester, let me tell you one thing, okay? And that, sir, don't you flip with my family. I'm just kidding. I substituted the word flip for something else that we don't say in the Grainger house.
Oh yeah, I know you won't say the word mess because you don't tolerate a mess in your home. I know that.
This mama does not mess around. She's got claws, but sometimes they're covered up by fun little pom-pom gloves.
Like right after we decided you don't say the word mess, you said the word mess. Are you okay?
I will say, honestly, it has been a little bit of a tough year. No football season. The Chiefs lost in the Super Bowl. I mean, devastating. So I did slip, honestly, but to be totally, totally open book with you, Lester, I was substituting flip for another dirty word. Speaking of Cleveland, dust that right off, okay? We don't tolerate that in the Grainger household, okay? Nothing that Jesus couldn't clean out with a little bit of good old-fashioned elbow grease. You know what I'm saying? And I know a thing or two about elbow grease.
Well, I'm sure you do. I imagine it sounds like a lot of what you do for your life, you do for the football team, it sounds like.
That's correct. So I've had to sort of, roll up my sleeves, pull up my bootstraps, get a little creative this year, okay? Couldn't make my victory chili for the cocoa bean homecoming game in Hershey, okay? So, you know what we did? We did a Zoom virtual chili cook-off, and you better believe I changed my display name to habanero. Yeah, because of the peppers.
Did you do that, or do I just have to believe it?
Well, unfortunately, had I known that you were bunking it all year, Lester, I would have extended you an invitation, because once you're part of the Trojan family, Trojan pride never dies, my friend.
Oh, yeah. And I, of course, am part of the Trojan family because one time you let me in to speak at halftime about how all your kids was going to be dead if they didn't get themselves into a bunker. And I'm not upset with you for setting me up to be in a situation where people will be mad at me. But this is my first time to confront you about it. I feel like you put me in a situation where people would definitely be mad at me.
All right, well, we're really bringing all things to the table tonight, okay? It's time for me to just take off the rose-colored glasses, all right? Roll up my leopard sleeves, and we're just going to get real here, okay?
Okay, listen,
Lester, as a mother, as a wife, and sometimes as the offensive tackle coach in the Grainger household, sometimes you got to play dirty to come up squeaky clean. Know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's going to be the 11th hour. Sometimes it's going to be OT, with a little extra tea because of an extended commercial break. This year we called that commercial break a pandemic. Okay. So sometimes you got to throw up those arms, call a Hail Mary, and get uncomfortable. All right. And think about what it means to sacrifice. Think about what it means to be a team player. Think about what it means to be a leader. And you know what it all comes down to, Lester? Fundamentals.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. I mean, Brother Wags in the chat says she's dropping knowledge, and I got to agree with him.
Hey,
I
was born at night, but not last night. Okay.
Yeah. He also asks, is Misty's life like that T-show Friday Night Lights?
Oh my God. If I had a nickel for every time Friday Night Lights is the show and the film and the television show, if I had a nickel, I'd probably have at least, 52 nickels, one for every week of the year. We love it.
Wow.
Mhm.
So
It's
people
hard to
yeah,
find. It's hard to find programming, family friendly content,
sure.
especially because Jackson is only 5, and then little Kaden, she's heading off to the U next year. Hopefully, knock on my noggin, in person classes.
So
But yeah.
yeah, so Cadence and Jackson. I'm sorry. What were the names of the other kids again?
So there's Cadence, there's
Uh-huh.
Chenoweth, there's
Uh-huh.
Charles Andrew, there's King
Uh-huh.
Charles Spaniel, and then there's Jackson. He's got my heart.
Thank you. I just wanted to hear them again. I'm curious. Did you make them? Do they all play football?
Oh, well, I mean, Jackson's only 5, but we just got him his
Mhm.
first little helmet, and he's just like a little ball buster, pardon my language.
I imagine he's small enough. All the other kids could use him as the football.
Oh, and we actually call him football sometimes. I mean, Lord knows we say that's our favorite F word in the Grainger.
Oh yeah, the other one you won't.
Longer. Yeah, no, we don't.
No, I got
We don't
you.
joke
Yeah,
about that. I'm sorry.
yeah,
Thank you.
because you don't
Thank
like the flavoring of fennel, right? That's
No,
the name of
and I like that. I'm gonna have to put that in my victory chili.
You will? I love fennel. Fennel goes great in a Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Fried Chicken Strip. Although I'm not 100% sure if it is in the recipe because obviously I don't have the recipe yet. Look, that's not important. I don't have to get it back into my backstory here. I'm curious a lot about how you feel about the following question, which is,
All right.
Misty, everything that you've told me about yourself has been about your kids or your husband.
Mm-hmm.
How does that make you feel?
My goodness. Well, listen. I don't really know where to begin with that one, Lester, because
Yeah, it's a real broad question. I gave you very
no.
little
To be quite honest, I don't really see myself as an entity outside of my family. And as I said, assistant coach in this household. We've moved around. Frankly, I mean, ever since I met Guy Grainger on the sidelines of the Alabama-Auburn game back in '89. We're not going to go into specifics there because a little flipping happened that night, if you catch my drift. All I ever wanted to be was leading my coach to victory. And that means moving my family around from town to town for Guy's illustrious football career. So my job, my vocation is wife, mama, and sometimes defensive tackle, okay, when Jackson is trying to chase his little football into the street. And I'm like, oh, please don't let me die an early death.
Classic.
But yeah, that is my role.
On the team. Everybody knows defensive tackles are the players on the team whose job it is to make sure nobody gets hit by a car.
Exactly. Okay. And I'll tell you what, that is one football you do not want to fumble, my friend. But it's a lot more than just being a homemaker, Lester. It's being, sometimes you got to be the bad coach, good cop, bad coach. And, it's not all peaches and cream and victory chili and dousing Coach Guy in lemon flavored Gatorade when he brings home that shiny gold cocoa bean. Okay. Sometimes if I could tell you, the sleep I've lost, some of these mothers in these towns, some of these parents, I mean, they got to know it's just a game. You go to these town hall meetings and my husband's name just dragged through the mud and a little bit of AstroTurf.
Oh no.
He's up late. He's pacing around. All he wants to do is do right by these boys. And, I hold his head in my hands. I press my fingertips down on top of his palms. And, we just pray. Okay. We pray for each other. We pray for our family. We pray for our boys. And I mean, when you think about that, when you got the whole world in your hands and you're just looking into your husband's eyes, I mean, did it get any better than that? Maybe if the Chiefs win the Super Bowl again next year. But I'll tell you what.
I'm sorry, who did you say you want to win the Super Bowl?
Kansas City Chiefs, obviously.
Man, you had such an interesting football life because you met Coach on the sideline of an Auburn-Alabama game. You currently love the Hershey, Pennsylvania football team, Trojans.
Well, that's the team that he coaches.
I mean, wow. Where are you actually from, Misty Grainger?
I am from Auburn, Alabama. Born and raised. Yes.
Auburn, Alabama, which everyone knows is a city.
Roll Tide. Yeah, it's just a quaint little city down south. But we've moved around. I mean, right now, being in Hershey, Pennsylvania, I've become a little bit of a Yankee northerner. Oh, brr, it's cold because it's snowing. What's that white stuff in the air? I don't know. Oh, my God. If I showed you pictures of Jackson's first snow, it would just melt your little heart almost as much as the marshmallows in his hot chocolate.
Wow.
Oh, it's getting me overcome just thinking about it. Yeah, it's this whole thing. It's so rewarding more than any victory, to be completely honest. I mean, Hershey's 0-9 this year, virtually, of course, but I think we're going to.
Sorry, I should have asked. Have you've been playing football virtually?
We have indeed.
Oh my God! Wow, I wish I thought of that minutes ago. That's amazing.
Yeah, Coach Guy. I mean, he's all brawn and also all brains. He might be losing his hair, but that brain power is growing exponentially by the year. He figured out a way to let the boys play, and let the boys play. He did right here.
That's amazing. Now, Wizworld Live says hashtag. Nope, not hashtag. A school-wide Tecmo League. Are they playing Tecmo Bowl? That game where like the board would buzz and the players would kind of move around at random?
It looks a little bit like that. It also kind of looks like a PowerPoint of like animated X's and O's. You ever play backyard football growing up, Lester? It's a popular computer game for boys.
No, I played football in the backyard of the LSU Football Tigers home stadium when I was growing up.
What a treat. Well, anyway, it's a little bit of a hybrid of that, a little bit of improv kind of thrown in there, getting creative. Sometimes we have to break for commercial when someone's Wi-Fi goes out. But at the end of the day, it's all about just letting the kids play.
Wow. And it's so sad to hear that the guy who managed to like put this whole thing together so the whole league could play online, which is very innovative. He's gone 0-9.
You know what, though? Yes, he has. He has gone 0-9 because at the end of the day, it's not about winning or losing. It's about how you play that game. And even if you play that game and you don't know how to play it and your Wi-Fi keeps freezing and people are saying, mean things to you in the chat, and maybe your mom walked in or, you had to go for dinner or your dog's barking in the background or you're doing it from a phone and the graphics aren't, they don't really translate onto a mobile platform. It's just all about how you play that game and having fun. I think Jackson just opened the door. 5 minutes, honey. Okay. He wants a little cup of warm milk.
Oh wow. Oh, yeah. That's so nice. Well, we do have to get to my next guest here in just a moment, but I was hoping you'd stick around rather than. I mean, if you have to go feed Jackson, then do that. No. Everybody needs to feed their football every once in a while. But
you remember his name? Oh, that's so cute. Now we'll have a little cuddle later on. Tell them a football story. But, at the end of the day, it's all about football, fun, and family. And don't you flip with mine. Because under these spirit gloves, there's some Trojan Mama claws waiting to come out. But I filed them down this week. They're kind of short.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Wow. Well, man, if at any point you want to tell us a story of when you had to go Trojan Mama on somebody, you can. But we do have to get to my next guest before we do that. Oh, but before we do, we have a question coming to me from my publicist at Ezra Party on Instagram from at Miss Elizabeth Content, who I am trying to add a banner of her name, and it is not. There's some kind of technical thing going on because earlier I thought that I was not showing a video, but I was. And now I can't show a banner.
Hey, you know what? It sounds just like the game, the Trojans versus the Spartans, about 2 weeks ago when QB's Wi-Fi went out for about 4 crucial minutes. Everybody had a blast that day.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah.
I have questions for you, and then I have questions from the chat, and then we'll get to my next guest. I'm not going to be able to show the handle that I was going to show, but this comes from at Miss Elizabeth Content on Instagram.
Okay.
Ooh, I'm looking at her picture, and honestly, Misty, she looks like kind of like if you weren't wearing a headband.
Is she that really funny comedian? Yeah. I feel like I saw her. Oh my God, she just cracks me right up. Oh, she's adorable too. That's really nice. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
You
Well,
better watch out for her. She's gonna be a big star one day.
I hope that's true. At Miss Elizabeth Content asks, what is your walkout song for the big game? Oh yeah, so when you go out for the big game, do you go out to walkout music?
Oh my goodness, what a great question. Well, after the national anthem, after the Hershey High School alumni song, both of which Cadence performed her senior year, so beautiful. Obviously, Hit Me With Your Best Shot by Pat Benatar. Come on, you can't hear that song and tell me you're not feeling like a real tough cookie with a long history, Lester.
Wow, I love that answer. And for me, of course, it is When the Saints Go Marching In, sung by Drew Brees in a graveyard.
Oh my goodness, fun.
Well, my next guest, I'm very excited to get to. They were on the show, the very first show number 1 of this Apocalypse Tips with Lester Pipps, and then also show number like 20 something or 30 something. I'm not 100% sure. And now they are back. It's pop star Jason Ottier. Jason, welcome to the show.
Hey, what's up? What's up? Hey.
Oh, Jason, you are very quiet.
Oh, what's up? You can't hear me?
That's okay.
You can't hear me, dude?
Still quiet.
Oh man, what's up?
Maybe it's my tech issues. Oh, there you are. I can hear you. Okay.
Oh, okay. I can hear myself. I don't know. But thanks for having me on the show, Lester.
Absolutely. It's good to have you back. I'm just gonna turn my volume up so I can hear you a little better because I think it's just me. But yeah, Jason. So you're a pop star. When you were on our first show, you and your girlfriend at the time just found out about all them COVIDs up in the air from the show, because you had been living in a mansion for a long time or something like that. But then you broke up and you came back on to sing songs about how hard it is to be broken up at Christmas time, or no, Thanksgiving time. It was Thanksgiving. That's right. You were on the Thanksgiving show. And now,
hey.
Oh, now I hear you loud and clear.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry about that.
Uh-oh.
That's okay. That's great. There we go, says WizWorld Live. That means that WizWorld Live also couldn't hear you. Oh, there's so many questions. Oh, I said I was going to do those and I didn't. Oops. Okay. Sorry, Jason. Welcome
What's
back.
Up? Thank you. I don't remember anything of what you just said because I was really hot about it. If it was I here like a year ago or something like that?
Yeah, just a little under a year ago. 50 weeks.
So here's the thing. I was on a lot of what medical experts would call ecstasy. I was on a lot of that, and what my psychologist would call acid. And so I was on a lot of those. I barely remember those because I was on those things because I was on a what is it called, like a meditation yoga bender. I was in like a meditation yoga bender, and I guess I blacked out for a little bit. But anyways, I was out for most of last year for like 6 months, man. It was crazy. Yeah.
Wow, that actually explains a lot because your first appearance, your songs were very clearly about having sex to get COVID, even though you said you didn't know what COVID was. And then your second appearance was all about how you didn't want to have sex with your family. And I was like, both these song choices seem a little bit cracked out.
No, because here's the thing, man. I just found out about COVID. Like I just found out about it. And
now?
Well, I found out about it like way after everybody, not just now. No, not today. No.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. As people all know, I was out there on the streets. I came out with my album last year that said a lot of great things. A lot of things that weren't true, mostly about the election and COVID and how everything was, made up and stuff. And obviously I'm in that big lawsuit with, the voting sticker people that made the voting sticker.
Everyone knows a very public lawsuit between Dominion Voting and Jason Ottier, real pop star. Yeah.
Yeah. Dominion Voting's branch that prints the voted sticker. I voted sticker.
Just the sticker people.
Yeah. Remember that conspiracy I had where I was like, no one actually puts those stickers on. The stickers are not put onable. They don't stick.
Right. Yeah. Your conspiracy was that the stickers don't work, but they put out all these pictures of people with the stickers on. to make you think that they would work and try to get you to go to the polls.
And yeah, like obviously deep fakes are real too. So, whatever. But anyways, I was sued for about one. Okay, so the thing is, I had an whole album out, said, I'm sorry, not sorry last year. I was telling all my truths. And I got lawsued. And now I am, the judge told me you can either pay $1 billion to Dominion Voting Sticker Department, because that's how much you owe, or you write an album. And I was like, well, I mean, if I write an album, it's going to be more than $1 billion. So like, might as well go all the way. So
that's a big gamble on yourself, and I like that kind of confidence. I think that's great. How is it going? Is the album making more than $1 billion?
It's good. Well, I'm just about to release it. I'm on my. It's called Apology, and so I'm on my apology tour right now, currently. The thing is, all my songs are me apologizing about all the conspiracy theories I believed last year. So
that's very admirable of you, Jason.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes when you like get forced to do it, you really start thinking about like why, like what you did wrong, or what you did wrong.
People confront you with things you did that weren't good. Sometimes you think about them. That's good. I think that sounds like growth.
Yeah, when people say that I'm wrong, it's like, okay, I understand why you think that, and that's like a new thing for me.
Wow, that's a lesson a lot of people should learn. I think that's great.
It actually reminds me of my first song called "Lesson Learned." Can I play a little bit of it?
I would love it if you would. Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, here we go.
You and me can use my tool. I learned a lesson. The lesson, baby, learned my lesson. Oh, yeah. Listen, baby, I learned my lesson. What it is I don't know. I learned my lesson that you are. I love you so.
Wow!
Whoa. Honey, that was delicious.
I gotta say, I love the beat. I loved the singing. I am curious though. It sounded like the lyrics were, "I learned my lesson. What it was, I don't know." And then I didn't really catch the rest because I was so hung up on what that could mean.
I mean, that's what the song is. That's my.
I learned my lesson, but what it is, I don't know.
That's what people.
Do you see where there's a question here?
I get it. I've never thought about it. Sometimes I just like, I speak my truth. I speak my truth, man. And I'm like,
sometimes that's all you can do.
This is the best I can do, Like I literally can't do more than that,
You know what? It's progress, it's growth, and I'm sorry I challenged it. I do have some comments for you in the chat. Brother Wags says, that song gave me the COVIDs, which I think means he got so excited by that song he went outside and got COVID. And Paul Heredia said, if I was wearing panties, I would throw them at the screen.
Oh, nice. Oh, man, I miss those days of getting panties thrown at me.
Oh. Jackson, maybe go into the next room. Sorry, I don't want my 5-year-old hearing me.
This is completely inappropriate for you. Yeah, I should have given you a warning that Jason Ottier tends to sing a lot about sex. Actually, that's something I was curious about, Jason. That song, part of what made it seem like clear growth to me was that you didn't mention sex even one time.
You sure?
Did you?
No, I feel like that's my truth. I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't, since the lawsuit, a lot of people I haven't had fuck time. I haven't had a lot of fuck time and since then. So I feel it's just not my truth right now. A lot of people aren't down. They're not throwing panties at me when I'm at the grocery store, as Paul Herrera mentioned.
Yeah, Whispered World Live enjoyed that line and also asks, what's your favorite kind of panty to receive? I see that it looks like Misty has left because of this conversation. I'm so sorry, Misty, but we do have to find out.
Oh, what's my favorite panty to receive? What? I guess my favorite would be yellow.
Oh my God.
That's a good choice. Wow. Well, Jason, I imagine that this song, this is the first of many on the album, I assume.
Yeah.
And I think it's a good start. I think it makes a lot of sense. You're saying, hey, listen, I learned my lesson. Not 100% sure what it was. I'll figure out what it was. Maybe in the other songs we can explore what your lesson actually was.
That's this one song actually is this song is called First Start, Good Start. It's it's my third song on the album.
Good Start is the third album, the third song. That makes You have to stumble before you can have a good start. That makes sense.
Yeah, here we go.
Baby, I didn't mean to say that Mr. Bean is not our president today. I got a false start.
What?
Got a false start. Mr. Bean is not our president. Wasn't voted president on November 1st, 2020.
I don't think he was on the ballot.
I'm not my president! I'm a president, Rowan Atkinson!
Okay,
Wasn't my president, we got a false start.
Wow, Jason Ottier, everybody. I mean, look, we clap for the music, even if the words don't make sense. Did you say that this song is a testament that Mr. Bean is not currently the president? Because I don't think anyone needs to be told that lesson. But it sounded like it was a loving presentation of this apology to your wife or girlfriend, or I don't know, anybody else in your life who you love and call baby. But I can't imagine that was the kind of argument in your relationship that really needed a song to cover it.
No.
If I may, Lester, I think that what Jason just showed us is a little something I like to call growth. And I appreciate that. And I appreciate your apology. So roll on, my friend.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, like there's a lot of political tensions going on in here, and sometimes when you think a thing and you see it and you think it's true, right? When people tell you these things, it's like, what are you supposed to do? People tell them, and then like they're not true. What? It's like the people on TV. They're just like out there lying to me. They're not those people. Like they didn't get married. They didn't. They weren't on a break. The show is about something. It's like, why are you? They wouldn't be lying to you. If they had that power, right?
Jason, I listen. I don't mean to question you, because like Brother Wags says, real pop star is a bit of a fragile dude, and I don't want to put you in a place where you're feeling too fragile. But how in the dang world did you not know that TV characters is actors?
What? No, that's not true. That's not true. What they are. Here's my perspective. I have a big mansion.
Okay.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Right?
Nice.
We're actually in my apartment that's in my mansion. That's how big it is, man. Because I like to write here because this is where I first wrote my first album.
That makes sense.
When I taught Phineas how to play a chord, that's where this is where it happened, And,
yeah, absolutely.
And I told Billy, I was like, you should hold the microphone like this. She was holding it like this. I was like, turn it around, and this is my roots. And so, anyway, so I have this huge house, and I have this gigantic TV, right? and they're so big that the people are in this TV. They're so big. They're like my size, you know? They're like as tall as me. 5'7".
Now, Brother Wags asks, who's Phineas, who's Billy? And obviously, you're referring to Billie Eilish and Phineas from the Billie Eilish documentary, which I remember hearing you were going to be in.
Phineas Eyelash and Billie Eyelash. It's great. Some of the greatest musical talents I've ever seen.
Absolutely, and I remember you telling me you were going to be in their documentary, but then I saw it, and I didn't see it, but I saw people talking about it. Because obviously I've only ever watched LSU Football Tigers. We know that. But I heard people talking about it, saying that you weren't in it.
It's because, me and the mom, her Billy, Joanne, her and I are falling out.
Oh, no.
That's what this song is about.
Okay.
I thought you were coming on to me. I thought you were coming on to me. I thought you were coming on to me. You were coming on to me. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that rhymes.
So sorry.
Wow.
Billie Eilish. Why did you text me that late at night? Why did you text me that late at night with pictures of how to grow a mustache? Billy, where's your mom?
Oh my goodness.
Wow. So I'm sorry. Go ahead, Misty. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, first of all, I love a song that's an ode to mothers. Secondly, you should do Justin Bieber. He's got a song. Justin Bieber. He's got that one. That song. He's got that song. It's about being sorry. I think you two would get along. Thick as thieves.
I've never heard of him. a little bit about me. I was a young pop star. I was discovered by Ludacris inside of a Mexican restaurant in Seattle, and I've been doing this job. I guess people call it. I don't even care. Probably since I was about a young man.
Well, if you love it, don't do
four or five.
it.
4 or 5.
When you were a young man at 4 or 5, yeah.
Bravo.
I gotta say, Brother Wags is surprised to hear that you've never heard of Justin Bieber, and I am too, because I always thought of you as like kind of a parody of Justin Bieber in a way.
I literally have no idea who you're talking about.
Oh my goodness!
People have said this before, and I guess this is my my last song of the.
Okay. No, I didn't have any follow-up questions about the.
No. On the album, dude.
Okay.
On the album, but you will have to pay me more though for more songs.
Because we do have another guest who I'd love to get to, I'd love for her to be able to hear this song too.
I got plenty more songs, but if you want to pay for me to play more, you have to pay me more.
Oh,
the judge.
Well,
like buy one of the albums.
I promise to buy your album when it comes out. Does that work?
That's how capitalism works, baby. Love it.
All right, great. Well, we definitely Paul Heredia is calling for an encore, and we definitely will get one more song from you, Jason. But we do have another guest to get to before we do that. And actually, before we get to that guest, we have to ask a question from that comes to me from Adam Armack, and I'm not able to put that on the screen. So if anybody else who
I think. Do you have a? You
Yeah,
don't have
could
a
do that. That'd be
producer,
great.
my dude? Oh no!
Oh dear.
I think somebody broke into his bunker. Maybe.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh snakes!
Oh my goodness.
Snakes!
Well, you should look up Justin Bieber. You look him up on YouTube. It's great.
Well, I'm still gonna talk and assume it's
Oh,
gonna line
hey.
up somehow, but you
Hey.
you two
There he
handle it.
is. There he is.
Oh, I'm back?
Did your
Oh,
bunker
wow.
get broken into?
I think we're having some problems with internet down here in Australia. That's my only guess.
Oh, I heard the
Kick
internet.
that router, give it a little kick in the behind.
I heard the
Right
internet
back to life.
flows backwards
Hey.
there.
Actually, you know what? You know how you had another song that you wanted to play, Jason? Will you play that real quick? I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
There's not going to be any bad language in this one, is there, Mr. Jason?
All
I
language
know
is
I'm not your
bad.
mother, but I am a mother.
All language is bad when you are not good at it.
Huh. What's this song called, Jason?
This song is called I Am a Believer.
Okay, spread the good word.
Hey there, Justin Bieber. Hey there, Justin Bieber. I'm sorry I didn't know who you were. Hey, Justin Bieber. Hey, Justin Bieber. Hey, Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber. I didn't know. I took your parking spot. Cirque du Soleil. Cirque du Soleil. Didn't see your name on the card. Didn't see your name on the card. Everybody throw your hands up.
My hands are up.
For me. Say, hey, Justin.
Hey, Justin.
Hey, Justin.
You forgive me. You forgive me.
You forgive me. Oh, you forgive me. Come out.
You forgive me. You forgive me. You forgive me.
Wow.
Well, that's
Wow.
really fun.
Well, you know, I will say I didn't hear the beginning of that, but I did hear the end when you got forgiven, and I'm glad that you got forgiven.
Thank you.
I hope it was by a person who wasn't just yourself, but I don't know because I didn't hear the beginning. And also, thank you for covering the part where I was gone with the song. I love that. I hope you didn't miss me too much, but I think I'm back for good.
We sure miss
Wow.
you.
Yeah, we missed you.
Oh boy. Well, Brother Wags says Lester has no rhythm. Look, I don't know, Brother Wags, I don't know why we're coming off on this antagonistic foot today, but let me tell you something, man. If you were on a Zoom call trying to clap along to a song while your internet was screwing up, I think you might miss a beat. I don't know. Just saying. Paul Heredia says Lester's on the 1 to the 7. Okay, I must have been really bad. I'll take it all back, Brother Wags. I'm so sorry. Brother Wags says that was something. I agree. It sure was something. And Wizard Live says, ha ha ha, at Paul Heredia. Okay, listen, we have to get to my next guest, and we are going to go a little bit long, but don't worry if you're on the Pack Theater channel and you're thinking, I want to watch the next show, not this show. Look, that's fine. We're going to leave on time. The next show is going to start on time. Stick around for it. 10 o'clock, the show is a talk show with Ali Ramirez, the name of which I forgot, but Ali Ramirez will talk to you. I'm pretty sure that's the actual name. Is going to be at 10. So stick around for that. We will move over to YouTube to finish the show, but we are going to talk to Countess Priscilla Bon Voyage right now. I'm so excited about it. Priscilla, welcome to the show.
Oh, hi.
It is Countess Priscilla von Boyage.
Oh my God.
I think that's what he
Okay.
said.
Yeah,
I,
thought that was
I have been correcting people on this for 700 years. Okay, I'm fucking sick of it. Please learn how to read.
Long time.
I'm sorry. Did you say you? First of all, let me apologize. I did not mean to get your name wrong. You are Priscilla. Bon voyage.
Yes,
and
you
I
can
won't mess
call
it
me.
up.
Just call me Priscilla. Just call me Priscilla.
Okay. Yes, Priscilla. Bon voyage. I won't mess it up. But did you say that you are 700 years old?
You, give or take a few years, but yes, roughly 700 years old.
Well, what's your secret? You look beautiful.
Well, I am a vampire, so I am immortal being.
Oh.
And also, I just use Maybelline products, so they get that from me. Maybe it's her, maybe it's Maybelline. They get that from me.
My goodness.
Wow. I have not talked to a real dead vampire before, or a real live one, but I assume real dead is what they prefer. Yeah, Wizworld Live beat me to my question, which is, how come you're so open about it? Most wizards that I know, but also most vampires that I've heard of are pretty secretive about it.
Yes,
Like Dracula.
wizards also don't like to talk about themselves like that. No, because you know what? At this point, I don't keep it secrets anymore, because at this point, everyone's talking about the world ending and this being, the end of the world, the COVID, the global warming, all that. And I say, okay, I'm ready. Let's go. I've been here 700 years. I am tired. I am bored. You people make terrible music nowadays. The gentleman that was just, what is that trash? You know what? It's over. It's done. Humanity, it's been fun. Go home. Bye-bye. Have a nice life.
Yeah.
Goodness
I know.
gracious.
Justin Bieber is not good. I know.
I think you understood her point perfectly.
He's not
Now,
good.
Priscilla Bonvoyage, what makes you think this time is different? I imagine you've lived through a lot of near extinction experiences, like Spanish flu, and I guess I don't know, that time that Amelia Earhart disappeared, and we thought like, oh, maybe everybody's going to disappear.
Yes. I mean, I will say, having watched humanity for 7 centuries, you all are obsessed with the end of the world. I mean, it happens like every 50 years or so. Something is the end of the world. Oh, Black Plague. Oh, the great schism in the Catholic Church. Oh, they find gold every few years. You find gold some new place, and then you go and colonize it and try to steal all the gold. I get it, but I think in my professional opinion, what makes this time so different is, humans, you think you're so smart, but you're really not. And people, people are very dumb and very selfish. And I think that's what's going to finally do you all in.
Agreed.
Wow.
People are so dumb sometimes. I just walk around and be like, idiots,
Yes. I bet you do, young man. I bet you do.
Like you get people, because I have an old soul. Some people have said I have my soul's relative to a vampire. Like,
how old is your soul, son?
At least 300. Like, people say that their soul, my soul, like takes energy from other souls, and because of that, it is a lot older.
Yes, you are that fun type of person we call energy vampire, which is, we don't really like that phrase so much in the vampire community, because it has such negative connotations, and really, we vampires, we are good people. Like, the soul sucking is just, it's relative, right? But you actually suck out people's souls. That's so interesting. It's so very interesting.
I've never experienced that ever.
Yes, I know. I feel like I don't even have soul, and I feel my soul like leaving me as I talk to you. I wonder,
when you write music with so much soul, sometimes you have to absorb more soul to fill that soul that you put out into the world.
Yes, your soul.
I hate to cut you off, but
gaping hole.
Misty has had her hand up for
Mhm.
so long that I feel like it would be a disservice to not say Countess Priscilla von Boyage is a vampire. Turns out Jason Ottier is a vampire. Misty, are you a vampire too?
Oh my goodness. If you count being a huge The Vampire Diaries fan along with my
Ugh.
daughter Chenoweth.
I do.
I guess we do.
Trash. All trash.
Oh,
None of it
excuse
true.
me.
None of
That
it
is
true.
an experience that I enjoy having with my daughter on a weekly basis when she finishes her homework. But Countess, I actually had a question for you. It's
Yes.
actually more of a comment, and that is, I want to know your beauty secrets because Missy, that lipstick looks mighty beautiful on you.
Oh, thank you. This is just, after 7 centuries of drinking blood, my lips are just kind of white, kind of stained. They just always look like this. So yeah, so it's that simple. Just pour yourself a nice dark glass, and not too much. Only 1 glass before dinner. See, that's what they also don't tell you. They like say it's bad for you, but 1 glass for dinner, and you're fine.
Well, my doctor tells me 1 glass before dinner because if by blood you mean a nice vintage cab salve. Call me a vampire. Guilty. Just put a cross on me and string me up with garlic.
No, I mean actual blood.
Chili.
I mean actual human blood. Yes, vampires drink actual human blood. And at this point in the world, I've gone through every variety. I've done tours around the world. The Asia, Australia, Europe. Like it's I've had it all.
Yeah, you've been to continents. I get it.
I
You
toured
get it.
too.
I've been to continents.
We're
Countries
so
that I've tasted the blood of people from countries that don't even exist.
We are so simpatico. I've toured to all the continents as well.
Now, I haven't been
So
to that
many.
many continents, but we do have a really nice timeshare down in St. Thomas. And once this is all over, you can bet Mom's going to be soaking up the sun and a nice beachy novel or 2 down there.
Yeah, see, sun, the problem for vampires. You need to stay out of the sun. Why do you think my skin is this smooth and clear? I stay out of the sun.
That makes so much sense. Now, speaking of
It's not that
your
hard.
health, Countess, Brother Wags in the chat asked a very good question, which is, can vampires get the COVIDs?
That is very good question. No, actually, vampires cannot get the COVID. So, we are not really alive. So things like the viruses, do not affect us.
Oh, that's great. Good for you.
Yes, it is pretty wonderful. But again, like it's sad for me because I'm like, oh, this isn't going to be the thing that kills me.
Do vampires have a version of COVID?
Do vampires have a version of COVID? No, vampires like the only things, again, like vampires must stay away from garlic, from crosses, from all those things, but that's it.
You socially distance to garlic and crosses.
Yes, we socially distance to the garlic and the Catholic iconography, and yes, so those are our versions of viruses.
Well, speaking of socially distancing, now the next show on the PAC channel is called Please Talk to Me with Ali Ramirez, and y'all who are watching on the PAC channel should stick around and watch that. But we are going to leave the PAC channel right now and finish up the show on YouTube because we ran long because of tech issues. So we're going to socially distance from the PAC Theater Twitch right now, which is why I use that as a segue. Okay. We're going to leave Twitch now.
Bye.
Bye, Twitch.
Bye,
PAC
Twitch.
Theater.
Au revoir.
Thank you for having us.
Twitch.
Oh
Okay.
my goodness.
Cool. And now we are back into the show. Not doing that awkward thing where I'm leaving Twitch. And what we're gonna do now is continue to talk. Countess Priscilla, bon voyage. I have to ask. I mean, you said earlier that one of the things they don't tell you, and I don't remember what the thing was, but that made me think: was there like an onboarding process when you became a vampire?
Oh, yes, it's a very good question. So I became a vampire, as I said, many hundreds of years ago. And let me tell you, when I came on board, process was a mess. It was just complete nightmare. No onboarding. You just one day you wake up and you're undead and you're just wandering around like, where do I find the coffins?
Oh, yeah.
Where do I get coffin? So it was really a mess. And so we undertook very specific action. It took a long time because vampires are very resistant to change. But around the 17th century, we formed union, and we got some rules in place to actually make onboarding process much smoother. So I'm proud of that. I do take a lot of pride in my work for the original Vampire Guild.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, do you remember your life before becoming a vampire?
Yes, I remember some of it. It was very dirty and very smelly and very brief.
Oh my.
Wow. I got that question from Frankie.
Being made vampire was upgrade. Being made a vampire was upgrade from life as 13th century Eastern European peasant.
Yeah, I imagine that life wasn't so great. But do you remember the events leading up to becoming a vampire? Did you have to go out there and like find a bat and be like, "Hey, bat, are you a vampire? Will you bite me?" Or did somebody come and just catch you by surprise?
Someone came, catched me by surprise. There was woman in the village who would, she would, everyone was scared of her, but she would go around the village and she would always have sweets, and things like that. And she'd lure children into her house with the sweets. And, because I was poor child, I was like, oh, nourishment, I must have this. And then we'd go into our house and she'd break our necks and drink our blood and turn us into vampires.
Wow. Think about it. Oh, go ahead, Missy. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just overwhelmed by that story. It was lovely.
It happens all the time. People these days, they're so scared. They have locks on the doors and they have all these things. In my day, parents, they'd have so many children, they would be happy when 2 or 3 went missing. They're like, oh, no more mouths to feed. That is good thing.
Wow.
Good thing.
I can't imagine as a parent feeling that way. It really is a different time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you'd notice if football went missing.
Oh my goodness. God bless you. Oh, don't even think about it. Oh,
I don't this. I know what this is. It just we'd be a little leery.
Does the cross work through Zoom?
It does not. It's not the sign of it's not sign of the cross. It must be actual cross. So
yeah,
you're okay. But it's just, it's like again, like you humans, like now when someone breathes too close to you, you get the little you watch people on the YouTubes without the masks and you're like, what are you doing?
Totally.
So that's how I feel when someone does this.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, Countess, I apologize. It was not my intention to offend you. But if we're speaking about things that are driving you away, all I want to say is you better stay 15 feet away from my victory chili because that's got a whole lot of garlic in that. Should say
and I must say it's kind of sad because I never had garlic in life, and I don't know.
Have
you never had garlic as a?
I was poor peasant child. All I ate was dirt and grubs, and we never had garlic. So
well, if you don't want to add garlic in it, you can always substitute for corn.
So garlic is like corn.
A whole head of corn.
I'm sorry. What? You can?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think those two things taste at all the same. Like my bunker is filled up with cans of cream corn. Everybody knows that, and I eat that whenever I can't find chicken. And it doesn't taste like garlic.
You ever had some corn fries?
I sure have. The Auburn State Fair.
Some corn aioli sauce, man.
I've not had corn fries, but have eaten people in the Midwest, so I assume it's basically the same thing.
Excuse you.
Wow. Well, I mean that I guess that would be the vampire version of a corn fry.
Yes, it was that big it was around 1900 in I believe Nebraska. Is that the place?
Cornhuskers.
Oh,
Go
yeah.
Huskers.
Yes, lots of corn, lots of juicy corn-fed people, and it was fun. It was fun. You know, I like the Ferris wheel. It goes
Sure.
around like this.
Are you super rich because you're so
Uh,
old?
Say again.
Are you super rich because
because
you're so old?
Oh, am I super rich because I'm so old?
like did you get in early on IBM or GME?
Well, I have old money. You know, I marry the count. Once I am immortal
Dracula?
vampire,
Dracula?
I marry count and become countess and am rich for centuries.
When you say the count, you mean Dracula?
Chocolate?
No. Count von Boyage.
Oh,
Dracula is not a real person. Dracula is like composite sketch of multiple vampires. Yes, the blonde girl.
Do you?
Oh, well, thank you. Haven't been a girl in a really long time, but I'll take it. I just had a kind of a silly question. Do you ever call Count Coach on Voyage just for fun?
No. So Count and I divorced
Oh,
about
I'm so
200
sorry.
years ago. No. It's okay. You know, tabloids from that time not really still in existence. So no, it's fine. Like it only hurt for like the first 100 years or so. It's fine now. I've moved on. I'm on the dating apps. It's you know.
Oh no, that's kind of like that's
What's
like putting a fat baby in a candy store. I mean, you just swiping right and left on people you could eat.
Yes, well, you know, I did not design app. It's not my problem. You know, you humans
I never
go on
thought
there.
of that.
You don't know which
Tinder is
kind of
basically
people.
just like if you're on Tinder, you're at risk for being vampired.
Yes, I mean, yes.
I'm telling my son Charles Andrew to delete those apps from his phone right away, ASAP possible, because Countess, those dating apps sound a whole lot more like dating app teasers to you.
Yes, exactly. I mean, they said exactly. They said it was a dating app. I thought, okay, perfect. Like, you know, just a little something to whet my appetite before my
God,
before my meal.
It's like your Uber.
You are a mother's nightmare. Okay, I'm just appalled.
Are there any vampire dating apps like just for vampires, like how there's Raya for people like me?
Yeah, or as Paul Heredia in the chat asks, is there any farmers only but for witches? I don't know why he thinks you're a witch.
I don't really no. There are no witch, vampire, werewolf like dating apps. I know people would like to think they are.
There's probably not like vampire like programmers. They're not like big in the tech world.
Yeah, we're not super how you say tech savvy. You know, so we like to do things the old fashioned way. You know, we like to meet people in person and you know, just sort of see if you can like catch a vibe, you know, as you say.
Sure.
I don't want you catching a vibe with my sons, I'll tell you that. Because that vibe sounds like it's about to be very, very tasty. So you're sprinkling garlic all over that. Or corn.
Well, no, I guess she wouldn't eat garlic. But that makes a lot of sense. Now I was scrolling through the app store the other day and I saw this app called One Night Ultimate Werewolf. That's not a dating app?
No, that is I believe that is a game which it is really nothing like having sex with werewolves.
Oh, okay. You've done that?
No, but I've watched.
Gotcha.
You
Nice.
know, it's
Wow.
yeah, werewolves are very, you know, they're like the voyeurs. You know, they're like, oh, watch me, you know, and after 500-600 years or so, it's like, all right, I'll watch. Do your thing. It's very violent.
So you've lived for 700 years, but after about 500 or 600 years, you finally watched werewolves have sex?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And you know, it's not for me, but I'm not trying to, you know,
Sure.
not
Yeah.
going
No.
to have your
Hey,
fun. I'm not going
this
to
show
kink
doesn't
shame
kink
anyone.
shame. You know,
No,
this show doesn't
no.
kink shame. I've been
Vampires are not
Australian
about
weddings.
kink shaming.
I've been Midwestern weddings, and that's just the last month. But listen, we are coming up on the end of the show here. Oh, Misty's back. Thank God. Good timing. Because I do have we have to end the show here in just a moment, but I do have a question coming in. And I'm sorry, Jason, did I end up asking you that Adam Mac question, or did the glitch cause that to not happen?
I don't think it happened. No.
Well, then let's do that first.
Oh.
And then I have a question for you as well, Countess Priscilla.
It's fine. Take your time. I have eternity.
I suppose you do. This question comes to me from at Adam R. Mac on Instagram, and I can do it now, which is great. And Adam R. Mac, yeah, looking at his picture, Jason, he looks kind of like if you weren't wearing sunglasses.
So not very handsome.
Oh, don't you say that.
Jason, I don't care what question he sent me. I have a different question for you. Why are you feeling down on yourself, man?
No, I was saying my glasses are handsome. Oh wait, I thought you were. Never mind.
Okay, you feeling okay? Listen, a long time ago.
Listen
when
here,
you
I just don't
when
want.
you were talking a while back. I did get a question in the chat that I really wanted to ask you, but I didn't get a chance to. And it came from literally everyone in the chat asked us at a different point, which was, what drugs is Jason on?
Listen, I'm not on any drugs, and that's the
I
problem.
can hear that.
I have been sober. I have been in the steps. I am a friend of Bill W's, if you will, and I praise
sure.
Jesus. I praise Jesus.
Oh,
Are you also listening to Freedom today?
I praise Jesus. I listen. I didn't eat my meat today. I didn't eat meat. I didn't eat it all today because that's how I thought it works. And then
you
listen,
got meat, honey.
I just don't want to do this anymore. I want to go back to my partying fuckboy crazy ways, but I got to do this album. Lester.
Yeah, you do. You know, when you make a deal to do an album instead of receiving $1 billion,
I hate it.
You gotta follow through.
I'm sorry. I hate it. I hate it. It's not fun.
Sounds like you just need a hug, Jason.
I hate being accountable for the things I say. What is this? This is not why I became a celebrity.
No, it's not. I thought everybody became a celebrity so that they could do that cool celebrity apology video one day.
I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. This is not my apology video, okay? Because I am not apologizing. I'm not.
Wow. Well, Jason, I mean,
I'm just getting a text from my lawyer. I'm going back to court. I'm going back to court, Lester. I'm going back to court and I don't want to. I gotta write another fucking album. I gotta write another fucking I'm sorry.
Hey, Jason, wait. You can still salvage this. Whoever is deciding whether you go to court or not obviously is watching this currently because they immediately reacted to the fact that you said that. So
it's all over
take a moment. Man. Take a moment while we talk to Misty Grainger and Countess Priscilla Boyage real quick and come up with the perfect song to make this right. Okay?
Oh, I can't wait to hear that.
I don't know if I can.
You can. You can. Channel this. It's gonna be okay. Now,
it's Bon Voyage.
That's what I'm saying. Countess Bon Voyage. I have a question coming to me. This one's from at Chrissy has a smartphone, who I will put up on a banner in just 1 second. At Chrissy has a smartphone, and
that she does the stupid bitch.
Oh, wow.
Everyone has a smartphone now.
I mean, yeah, I guess it's not that unique, but at the time when
not one 5-year-old, and he's not getting one until he turns 13.
I'm looking at her picture, and she kind of looks if you weren't wearing a cowl. Well, that's interesting. Maybe she's your descendant. Do vampires have kids?
No. Well, okay. You know, when you turn a vampire, like now in system that we have now that, again, I helped implement, when you turn a vampire, they become your ward to like teach how to be vampires. So, you know, but no, we don't reproduce in the same way that that you humans do.
Sorry to hear that. It's life's greatest gift.
Yeah, people like it. People like to fuck.
But have you ever been to Fiji?
I wish I could sing
It's pretty
songs.
great.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Misty. I didn't mean to say a word that would make you go away. But anyway, Chrissy has a smartphone asks, what's your favorite ice cream flavor? Oh, that's a good question. Do you have a favorite ice cream flavor as a vampire? Do vampires eat ice cream?
Vampires don't eat ice cream like human sense, but we have gotten creative over time, with our blood. And so we do make, I think it's what you humans call slushies,
Sure.
blood slushies. You just freeze it. You just freeze it for a few hours, and it gets kind of chunky, and it's good. It's good on a hot summer day or an evening, because we don't want to wait during the day.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. Hot summer day meaning like a warm night.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just a warm summer night. You're off the coast of Iberia, and you're like, I think this would be a good time for a blood sushi.
Sure. Well, I'm
Hanging
so
with
glad
your
that
girlfriends.
I'm so appreciative of you for teaching that. Now, I am curious, Countess, is there anything that you think people should try to find on the internet? Obviously, Chrissy has a smartphone, looks like you, so maybe they want to look her up. I mean, is there anything else that you would recommend folks check out on the internet?
Yes. So in these end times, I do find these online comedy shows to be very amusing, and there is one by group Fever and group Fake News Comedy that are very funny and would like people to go see on the internet.
Are those on YouTube?
Yes, they are on the YouTubes, the Facebooks, the Twitches, the Instagrams, the Twitters, everything.
Sounds like I could find it somewhere if I looked hard enough.
You will find it.
That's at fevercomedy.la on all the things, and at fake_news_comedy on all the things. And if I've had both these things plugged on my show before, because in fact my publicist is involved with them. So fevercomedy.la is every other Saturday at 9 on this very Packed Theater channel, and at Fake News Comedy is every Friday at 7 on its own channel at fake_news_comedy. Find that. Wow, that's great. Thanks for plugging those.
Yes, it's very good. Highly recommend.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out sometime.
Misty Grainger, similar question for you. Anything you want folks to find on the internet? Any last words of advice about Coach?
Oh my goodness. Two huge questions. I mean, last words about Coach. I mean, I just hope that I go before him, because I can't imagine life without my coach.
Oh my God.
And that we'll be playing in tandem in heaven forever and evermore. Kind of like Countess Priscilla Bon Voyage. Oh my goodness, I'm getting all tongue-tied. As far as things on the internet goes, I do not put photos of my beautiful family on the internet for privacy. But that very funny and very beautiful and just all around hilarious comedian, her name is at Miss Elizabeth Content, and she's just a scream. Honestly, she just cracks me up, and she makes these little videos. I don't even know how she thinks of all of them, but they keep me honest. Check her out from time to time. Absolutely. See if you like it, and go Trojans.
Of course. Now, Jason.
Yeah.
How you doing, buddy? Are you feeling like you're ready to sing, or would you like to do to tell us about stuff you like on the internet first?
I'm gonna do both.
Okay.
You can. I'm gonna play us out.
Okay.
Is that okay? I'm gonna play us out. Is that okay?
Yeah, well, wait, before you play us out, let me say something real quick, which is, of course, I am at Lester Pipps on all the things. I also, you can follow the show that way. I also recommend you follow my publicist at Ezra Ottier and his new show with this lady, Chrissy Has a Smartphone, and this dude, Adam R. Mack, at fake_news_comedy. Those are all the things that I want to plug. Now, and of course, thank you to the Packed Theater. Thank you to everybody who watched all those things as well. I appreciate it. I really do. Thank you to my guests too. And now, Jason, I hope we can make things right with your publishing team, with your team, with one great song.
This is all for the marbles.
Yeah.
Hey girl,
Hey girl, you can follow Adam on Mac. He's on the Instagram. He's got a YouTube channel, and that shit is hot, fam. Oh, go to fake news _comedy for all your good information. Hey, girl, I want to tell you something, girl. You can go. Listen to my words now. I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm sorry you feel that way that I do to you. I'm sorry I feel that way. I'm sorry to feel that way. I'm sorry you feel that way. I do. I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm sorry you feel that way. You know what I feel, and I'm sorry you feel that way that I do.
Oops, I was on mute. Wow.
Thank you.
Well done.
Jason, I gotta say though, generally when an apology is I'm sorry you feel that way, it's like pretty hollow, you know? Because like folks want you to actually feel sorry for what you did, not just for how it impacted people.
That's the best I can do, Lester. That's the best I can do.
All right. Well, listen, the best I can do is say we've got to the end of another show. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Countess Priscilla Boyage. Thank you, Misty Grainger.
Thank you.
Appreciate you all being here so much. I hope things go well for each and every one of you in your own way. Countess Priscilla Bon Voyage, I hope you can die. Jason, I hope you can sell enough albums to make up for that $1 billion loss you took. And Misty Grainger, I hope you are happy enough just being the wife of Coach and the mother of those kids. Because that is enough if it's enough for you, you know?
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's my cup runneth over.
Absolutely. And if you're still watching, thank you for coming over to the YouTube channel. Do like and subscribe to that. I mean, I've never plugged that before because it's never relevant, but thank you for coming over to the channel, and maybe you can do that. Do all the things that you would do to a podcast, which are listen to them and I guess like and subscribe to them and those kinds of things. And thank you so much. We're going to leave the internet the way we always